Durbin was a catalyst in Mike bowling well this week. She told me she gave him one little tip, and after that tip, he's bowled well the whole week.
Not every good man's a good woman. Here we go. Mike Durbin. Total concentration. Pressure player. That Hall of Famer has a little messenger. And there's Mrs. D. She says, we'll take it. At stake, the difference between $8,000. Let's take a look at the end of that, because what a nice
ball
start.
Ball goes a little high. Head pin hits a 2-pin. 2-pin goes to the sideboards and hits the 4. It hits a 7, excuse me. A messenger pin came across the lane and knocked the 4-pin down.
You do not have to be a cranker to get some pin action. He's a down and in player all the way. Here's David. Oh!
Like I said in the preceding match, David was having some problems on that right lane, and it seems to have carried over into the final match.
Leaves a solid 2. $16,000, I beg your pardon, for first. $8,200 for second. Let's see if he can pick up the deuce here.
David's going after his second title this year, second of his career.
What about Mike Durbin, though? As we mentioned, he has won with 3, 4, and 5 steps. Ozio has been sensational in the first 3 matches. Really had no trouble except with Guppy Troop.
Exactly. Guppy bowled that big game, that 230 game. But really wasn't in the match, Irv. I think David had total control of that match.
All right, let's see if he can.
Good shot here.
Yep. Oh, boy. Hey, stick around, folks. Don't go for a snack on this one. This one's going to get to be fun. Mike Durbin, Hall of Famer. He has earned $689,000 in his career, now 44 years of age.
What else can you say about Mike? He's done just about everything you can do in bowling.
You know, it's interesting. I asked him, how does he view himself? He views himself as a tortoise, somebody who always seems to persevere. Interesting comment.
I think that's a matter of opinion, Herb.
Right there. Oh, boy. I had a chance to talk to Mike before the match, and I asked him, does life really begin at 40?
I'd have to say that I think it really does. It's an old adage that life does begin at 40. I've had my biggest success since I've turned 40 years old. I don't know exactly how many tournaments I've won, but I know I've won a number, and I know that I've won a lot of money. I'd like to win one more.
Way to go, Mike. All us senior citizens love it.
He just might do it right here, too.
Well, he's on schedule now to pick up $25,000. That's what True Value will give you if you bowl 300.
He can go to 7th on the money list with a win here today.
Smooth release. Yep.
A little out.
Oh, it was.
Didn't get a good break on that. Could have broken that up.
All right, how do you go for this one, right-handed, Frank?
What he's going to have to do is he's going to have to hit a little bit left of the 4-pin and hope to slide the 4-pin into the 9. He's going to stand far right in the approach and shoot cross lane at the spare. He's going to give it a shot. Has a chance.
Has a chance. No, he knew. He turned away right away. So an open for Mike Durbin. Ozio had a couple of opens in the last game, but really, I thought lost a little concentration because he was speeding up for television and the game was over. It had nothing to do with it. That one was over quickly.
This is a big shot for David right here. He can go ahead by 16 in the match with a strike here. Very important shot.
Third frame.
I think he made a good shot there.
Oh, my goodness.
Still having trouble with that right lane.
Let's take a look at the reaction here when he leaves his 4-pin.
Look at the extension. Great extension. He goes through the shot very well. Goes to the right. He thinks he's got it. Oh, dejection. Great shot.
Back live. Misses the 4-pin. Oh, my goodness. Both bowlers with an open. So what looked like possibly a 16-pin lead, suddenly Ozio is down 6.
Spares are so vital sometimes, especially in that final match. You don't have another turn at it. This is it, a one-game match. Needs to get a strike and get back on track. Needs to grab his composure. Threw it good.
Yeah, much better ball that time. right, so back right at him with the strike is Ozio. We got a lot left. Durbin and Ozio, stick with us. Coming right back.
Hey, it's
Sometimes it catches up with you because we found a picture of Mike Durbin, and this is 1967. Look at this. We want to thank Dave Petruska from the Tucson Citizen for digging up that picture. And Dave asked us to say hello to his 5-year-old niece, Nicole Kivaletta, watching back in New Jersey. And we'll do
Good
it.
shot by Mike.
Oh, yes! Oh!
We got that messenger pin again across that lane.
Found the youth maybe with that picture we showed him 20 years ago.
Take a look at this shot. Head pin hits the sideboard again, comes across the lane, right into the 10.
Mike Durbin. Boy, both bowlers staggered a little bit with an open in the third. Durbin comes back with the strike in the fourth, leads by 6, 5th frame.
Mike is definitely an individual to take advantage of his opponent's mistakes. Let's see if he does it right here.
Well, he's a good repeater if he likes the house. Witness Firestone, 3 titles.
Only one in history to win that tournament 3 times.
Good release.
Shot here.
Yeah. Oh, a solid 10.
He threw that ball as pure as you could throw one.
Takes off that wrist protector. Well, what's the story there?
Right, what the wrist protector does is it makes him stay behind the ball and get a little bit of side turn on the ball, which makes the ball hook a little bit more. He doesn't want to hook it at the spare. He wants to go very straight. If you look at his hand action, stays right behind it, directly at the spare.
Mike Durbin, who has earned $53,000 this year, going against David-Ozio, who's picked up $65,000. That's 9th on the tour.
I think this lane is going to be the deciding factor in the match. If he can conquer this lane, the last game could be awful tough. Made a good shot.
Oh, a solid 7.
Got that ball further right that time. It looked like it was going to hook back solid, and then it stopped. Seems like the lane's breaking down a little bit more.
David started bowling when he was 16 years of age.
Very important he makes this spare. Doesn't want to get any further behind in the match.
Get a look at the 2 wives.
See Debbie Durbin and Lisa Ozio
Sitting
right
together.
next to each other.
All right, Ozio has a spare going, 6th frame. Yep.
A nice break on that.
The strategy will be interesting here. Durbin, the veteran, 44 years of age. Ozio has just been sensational this year. My impression of Mike Durbin is Mr. Solid. Just seems to play the percentage every shot.
He's just such a good shot maker. He's a very accurate player, extremely accurate, and that's why he got here this week. He likes to play that down and in line also.
Frank, I didn't think he'd be bowling. When we were down in Las Vegas, he hurt his back. I've had some back problems. I did not think he'd be back in it, and it's bothering him a little bit tonight.
He seems to weather all the storms. He had an ankle problem earlier in the year. He's conquered that.
Yep.
Shot at Debbie.
And Debbie likes it. So Mike Durbin in a tight one with David-Ozio leads by 6.